Hi guys, welcome back to another video from JC Trading. Chris with you again today. Just wanted to run through some of the trades that we took today. It's Friday the 15th of November and we've taken 4 trades today, 4 winning trades. We had 1 loss as well, which I'm also going to cover with you. There was a retest trade, an inverse trade and 2 silver bullets trades. So it's been really good day. Ended the week on a massive high. The biggest win was obviously this one over here, which was the 1 to 60. We've had another one over here, which is 1 to 4. We had another 1 to 3 and a 1 to 2. So let's start with this setup over here. This is a retest setup. So today's Friday the 15th of November. And if you've been trading, you would have seen that we had a news candle. The news candle UK time was 1:30 and we marked it as such with this grey line. We had a failed inverse here. Basically, we were waiting for price action to come back to this news low. So we had a small 1R loss in amongst this here. But then what happened was we just grab a pointer. We come up and we swept some liquidity here. We then come down and we come back into and retested this fair value gap. So this was where I entered, right on the top of that candle there. So what I'm waiting for on a retest is a close above the fair value gap that's being tested. So in this instance here, we've moved down, we've made a bearish fair value gap, and we've come back up into it. If I had entered and then got a close above this fair value gap, then I'm exiting the trade. So we didn't get a close above it. And as you can see, we started to move down and we did indeed tap into this news low. So that was our immediate draw on liquidity. But obviously the way that we trade, we try and maximize our wins in the group. These were all taken live in our Discord group as well. Link is in the bio. So we try to maximize our wins. So we've obviously gone into free fall. We started looking for targets. Now, if we go over onto the 15, this is the area that we were targeting down here. And the reason we were targeting that is it's a higher low and it's an area of interest. We also had the session low down here as well. But this was the target, this higher low. So going back onto the 1 minute, once we were in the trade, we've got this as our target. As I said, that's that higher low on the 15. So we entered, we've then followed this down, and some of the guys followed it down to around this area and got out. Some got out around here. My target was this area there. We come down, eventually we tapped into it, and I was then out of that trade, and that was a 1 to 60R. So it's a retest. We don't take a huge number of these in the Discord server, but we do take them occasionally. And generally what I'm waiting for is a sweep. Then I'm waiting for a break of structure. So you can see here, we close below these wicks. So these wicks here, we close below it here. So then when we re-entered into that fair value gap, that's where I got in. Stop losses above this fair value gap. Obviously, if you get a close above it, identified a target, followed it down, and that was 1 to 60 and a total of 120 points. We then had a secondary setup here. Now, this was a bog standard inversion. We'd come down and taken this area of liquidity, the same area of liquidity that I was targeting in this short. Once we'd taken that area of liquidity, we then inversed this fair value gap, which you can see there. The target for this one was the middle of the 5 minute, which was there, and this was a 1 to 4. So that was, again, very clean trade, very nice trade. NQ's just been falling today like crazy, but managed to get that one and that one. So a really good day on NQ. The other 2 trades were both silver bullet trades. These are both on EU as well. So we had this setup over here. So this is one of our multi-session silver bullet setups. You can see that we had a sweep of liquidity. So we swept the previous range liquidity and we had an extreme fair value gap. These grey boxes are obviously the session windows. We've come back up into that extreme fair value gap. Very nearly got stopped out on this one. We put our stop loss up there to protect. There were some equal highs up there in a previous range as well. So we've moved up into this area, didn't quite stop out. We've then moved down, but in the process of moving down, we've actually made a secondary silver bullet, and that's because this has swept this previous range. We then had a market structure shift here, and we've got this extreme fair value gap there. So tapped into this one and this one. One of them was a 1 to 3. This was a 1 to 2. So 1 to 5 our total on those two trades. So all in all, a really good day. All trades were called and taken live in our Discord group. We obviously manage the trades live. We're trading every day, London and New York. Silver bullet and inverse fair value gap primarily, but sometimes the retest trade. Overall this week, I think we're about 80 are up. We haven't had a red week in, let's have a look, in a very, very long time. Let's go to here. This is the current week. So we're currently sitting at 78R and no red weeks. I think this is about the 17th or the 18th. So all in all, fantastic price action. If you want to trade along with us, feel free, pop over, say hello in the group, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for watching.